Hello, welcome to the Algopti platform demo. I'll try to keep this as short as possible, but essentially it's a full-fledged trading platform. But the key thing is that in addition to being a trading platform like major trading platform providers provide, we actually have done for you analytics as part of this platform that is designed to really enrich the experience of the user or the trader to give them real actionable trading edge. So just to give a quick walkthrough, so we've got a full-fledged charting library that's been integrated into the platform. Down here, we have an options chain, so the ability to trade options on U.S. equities, okay, in regulated markets. So that's one thing we really, the primary focus of our platform is to target trading the regulated markets, but we'll show you that our algorithm actually works on pretty much any instrument, any market, okay? So the first part is on a chart. We've got a chart of Apple, the Apple stock loaded up here. And the chart that we have here, you see this big gap. We have a chart of Apple with unadjusted price. That means it's the raw price data of Apple where there was a stock split. And so we even show the stock splits and everything as they occurred, right? So step one, we would click on this function button and load up our signals engine, right? This is the part one where our algorithm is designed to predict which direction the market's going to go. So for example, like right here, this is the latest signal. It said sell about this point, and you can see the market went down. But really, that's not, it's way beyond that, right? So we have all these signals, right? All these signals from the last 10 years, okay, on Apple. The idea is the market currently, for example, traders rely on newsletters or gurus, and gurus, what they do, they load up 50 different indicators on the chart, or say, hey, look, you know, if this happens or that happens, your price is going to move. But no one really goes as far as to provide the statistical expectancy. You see these little bubbles here? These basically tell you at any given point, like at let's say this were the current point in time and everything to the right was the future, right? At that point in time, we can click on it and we would be able to gauge what the statistical outcome is. So for example, up to this point, the algorithm had 568 net points, okay, per stock traded. And the win rate was only 39%, but it still made a net gain because the winners are bigger than the losers. And this was across the 71 signals at this point. So this is really helpful information for the trader to know, okay, well, if I'm going to follow what this engine is going to tell me, I need to know the statistical probability. So now I have edge. I know that I'm going to make, you know, average gain per signal, I'm going to make about 7.89 points if I keep on listening to this guy, okay? And, you know, it has all these other performance metrics built in. And then all the way at the very end, we can see right here, it tells us, okay, up at the very end, basically at the current signal before this trade started, we had made 814 points per share traded, all right, and we had a 43% win rate, all right, but then we, you know, again, because we're winning more, our winners are bigger than the losers, and where our algorithm, you know, really shines, you can see it actually is great at calling big bull runs. It's great at calling crashes right before they happen at the top. Like this was a coronavirus crash right here. It doesn't look so exaggerated. Like if I expand the scale here, it looks more exaggerated, doesn't it? Right? Because we had a bull run right after the coronavirus crash. And that bull run right here, it was actually a larger bull run than the actual crash, right? So that, and essentially, this algorithm has been fantastic at catching all the major market crashes back in the 10 years. So I can go and show you all that, you know, like right here, there was another crash adjustment. You can see that the crash occurred right, like the signal occurred right before the crash. There's all this chop in the middle, right? When the market tends to consolidate a lot, that's when the algorithm essentially gives back to the market a little bit, right? But we have a solution for that as well, okay? So step two, all right, what we do is we take this information, okay, and now we can take this information and actually backtest historical, so we can determine algorithmically how to select certain options contracts, right? The reason options traders trade options as opposed to trading the stocks outright is because it offers them a lot more leverage with minimized risk, right? And there's no, currently that we know of, there's no system like this where you have two dimensions of analysis, right? The first dimension is where we analyze a signals engine directly on the asset itself. And then the second dimension is take the performance metrics right here and use that, leverage that to determine specifically what options contracts to trade so that we can optimize our profit potential and minimize our risk, okay? So before we get into the signals engine, the options analytics, which is actually step 3, step 2, essentially, we don't really want to go and load up chart by chart. Like, we don't want to go load Apple, and then we don't want to go load, 50 stocks to see where our algorithm did well, right? So right now I'm showing you Apple, it did relatively well, right? Like, if I loaded up Facebook, you'll see that it didn't really perform that well on Facebook, actually, right? So if we look at Facebook, like right here, for example, with Facebook, we ended up losing money. The algorithm didn't do so well because of, the movement behavior of Facebook or whatever, right? So we provide that transparency. This is a transparency that similar service providers or gurus or newsletters, they don't provide this transparency because they know if they provided that transparency, no one would buy their products, right? But we actually don't, because, this is actually part of the major problem that traders and investors have across the world, is that people sell them hype and they don't get actual intel, actual statistical intel that they need to make actual, decisions that are based on probable edge on their side, right? So now, instead of going through symbol by symbol to see where our signals engine actually performed, we have this second part of it, which is a screener engine, right? So we have to wire all this up to be part of the main platform, okay? And so ideally, we'd have a button right here that would open up the signals engine, okay? I'm sorry, the screener engine, right? So the screener engine, as you can see, we can sort it by net gain, positive or negative, and you can see that this algorithm, it did well. We have like the top 100 stocks that it did well on, right? And it has all those same metrics that were on in this view, in this view as of the very last signal. We can see that at a glance right here. Traders can see that, okay? Now, the next part of this, the traders would basically select the top several stocks that they're interested in trading, and they would select it, and then there would be some other buttons here that we need to wire up, all right, that they would just click on it and it would shoot them over to an options analytics engine. They would just click on a few buttons, so make a few selections, and then they would get this type of a result. This result basically says it's something similar to this, but this is where we shine. This is something that does not exist in the marketplace today, which is, let's suppose I want to trade a portfolio of stocks. I want to trade Facebook and, JP Morgan Chase and Apple or whatever, right? So for purposes of this demonstration, we just have the Facebook and JPM loaded, all right? And we're saying we're going to trade a strategy called the back spread. And basically this, in our algorithm, will automatically determine, based on performance metrics from the signal engine, which options to select to trade. And then, by the way, show us statistically how viable those selections were, right, based on historical performance. So this assumes we start with a $100,000 trading account, and it accurately represents buying power. What happens when you enter a trade? Your buying power is going to go down. This does not necessarily indicate a loss. It just means that your buying power went down, right? And on the right, we have from when we opened chronologically when these trades were closed, and the recorded P&L. We have a plus and a minus, and we can X-ray into these trades and X-ray to see day by day what happened, so that the trader can understand the psychological pain to gain ratio, and they can see day by day, okay, this day we had a loss of we would use the mid quote. So on the second day we were down 150, down 128, and all the way into the trade, and then we can see these are the triggers that we would have used to get out of our trade, right, based on whatever the user had chosen. And you can see they're winning percentages into like the triple digits for this trade into a certain period of time, around the time when we had exited, right? Or based on the selections the user would have made. So this trade, according to those selected metrics that they or selected rules that they would pick, and these they would obviously stay keep consistent with the rules, okay, so they wouldn't change them not to adjust the variables when they're trading. And essentially what this does is this shows us trade by trade. It shows us the positive, the negatives, the ebbs and flows, what happens, okay? And it says, okay, well, at the end of the day, at the end of the year, by trading these two stocks, you had a 5% gain in your account, right? So that's the tradable edge that we're talking about. Essentially, in our experience, what we did when we added more symbols, and these are the parts of our technology that we still need to evolve and work through. We have some quality assurance issues, meaning, we have some data processing, pretty much all the stuff that's in development that we need to get through, right, in order to kind of complete this, where we can run more symbols, and we would be able to run almost 600 plus optionable stocks to provide users that type of intel. Okay, so this would be step 3, right? And let's suppose the user decided, okay, this looks good, I want to trade these. They would send these over to their watch list, and we would have watch list widgets to the right over here. Okay, and then whenever another signal would pop like this, okay, essentially the users would get an alert, and at the click of a button they could load up a trade ticket, and a trade ticket would look like this, similar to this. So if I clicked on here, so you see it would look similar to this trade ticket that's about to pop up here. So you can see they would get a trade ticket like this. It would be pre-populated with the options contracts based on the strategy that they selected, or a multitude of strategies, and they would just preview and send the trade over to the brokerage. So that's simple, right? So number 1, it gives users actionable edge. All right, and then allows them to evaluate based on historical performance how well those specific strategies performed. All right, and then number 3, allow them to add those high performance strategies to their watch list, and whenever those high performance strategies, whenever the next trade alert would appear, they can click on that and then send it over to their brokerage. And we have a partnered brokerage that through whom we offer 100% commission-free trading as a bonus to our users. Okay, and on top of that, we're eventually, as part of our milestone roadmap, we'll be integrating with more brokers. All right, and then after they submit the trade to the broker, then our algorithm would also continue to monitor that trade for conditions, the exit conditions, right? And we saw those exit conditions in terms of like day by day when we're for example stepping into this trade, when we're looking day by day. So these things on the right are triggers based on what the user would say. Okay, I want to be alerted whenever you say. Usually we use, for example, let's say this 5080 trigger, right? So whenever this trigger would appear or would execute, the platform would give the users an alert to say, hey, it's time to exit, and the user would just click a button and exit the trade and lock in that profit, or if it's a loss, whatever it is, right? So they would be able to close the trade. And essentially this is the best way we know. We call this two-dimensional trading, right? And we give investors an amazing edge that does not exist in the marketplace, and we believe this has an opportunity for mass appeal and mass global adoption. Furthermore, I want to talk about something else real quick. I know this has gone a little bit long. This algorithm, the signal engine, the part 1, it also is, I just want to demonstrate how powerful it is, because it also works for commodities. It also works for cryptocurrency. So for example, if we were to look at Bitcoin, okay, on the crypto, and we have over, I think 900 plus cryptocurrencies data integrated in here. We've got all the major commodities, basically future symbols. We've got all the major indices around the world for people to be able to assess, gauge where the market is going, where it's headed, and be able to gauge with, okay, I'm going to listen to this algorithm. I'm going to listen to this so-called wizard, right? Then how accurate is it when I look at it, right? So that's really the power of that transparency that we're providing to our users. Okay, so if we were to look at Bitcoin, just want to show you BTC. Just want to show you Bitcoin here, and you can see what happened with Bitcoin. So we predicted the major bull run of Bitcoin that just occurred. So you can see, like right here back in October 10, this is right before it started shooting off to the moon, we had a buy signal. And you can see in between there were no other sell signals, because our algorithm recognized that, okay, it's going to keep on going up. And it didn't say sell until here, where there was some activity of a heavy sell-off, indicating this might be a turning point. But then again, when the market did not collapse, it said buy again here and went up here. So up to this signal, we can click on this and we can say, oh, wow, okay. Our win rate was 44% out of 89 signals since the beginning of trading with Bitcoin. All right, we made 31,485 points, meaning per Bitcoin traded, that's how much money would have been earned per Bitcoin traded. Okay, and so these are some really great statistics for individual investors to know when they're going to follow a signals engine like this that transparently reveals to them what the probable expectancy is, or the probable expected outcome is, when they follow the advice of essentially an algorithm that they're following. Now, and then this is basically the additional thing that happens on top of this is that the users have full control over this, right? They don't have to rely on a newsletter. They don't have to rely on some guru. They don't have to rely on, following some trade or chat room. And these are all the major pain points that retail traders have around the world. And we know this because, me, myself, essentially I still am a retail trader that needed to develop a solution, right? Hopefully that was helpful. And I'm going to attach a 4-minute promo video that we have that'll just walk through the 4 steps that I just walked through to maybe sink it in a more concise manner and a concise, entertaining way. But thank you so very much for your time. We really hope that you will decide to invest in us and help us grow. And we definitely look forward to an opportunity to work with you. Thank you so much.
Imagine if you could accurately predict which direction the stock market is going to move before it actually moves. Now imagine if at the click of a button you could run quantum analytics and crunch through terabytes of market trading data and churn out quantitatively proven trade strategies that could help you capitalize on these market moves by minimizing your risk and consistently maximizing your profit potential for double and triple-digit returns on your investments in the stock market. Interested in making this imagination a reality? Let me introduce Algopti, a patent-pending, AI-driven, full-fledged trading platform that is designed to churn through complex predictive analytics and provide simplified, actionable investment intel with a singular focus to help individual investors and even institutional fund managers grow and multiply their account size. Algopti is a holistic AI-driven investing system that resulted from over a decade of market research, quantitative analysis, and engineering. It is comprised of 4 components, best referred to as engines, that synergistically combine to provide the average investor with professional institution-grade edge in the stock market. Although the inner workings of Algopti is complex behind the scenes, it is actually really easy to use in 4 simple steps. Step 1. We run the signals engine and quantify how well Algopti's AI accurately predicts which direction any stock or market index will move, providing you, the end user, with full performance transparency. Step 2. We screen and filter a list of the signal engine's top-performing stocks. Step 3. We backtest tactically advantaged option strategies across all the trade signals for the stocks from the screener engine to get a historical performance analysis and determine our probability of potential success on future trade investments. Step 4. We add a portfolio of companies to our watch list and select from the list of option strategies that we want to trade. And remember, all the strategies in our available list have already been quantified and proven to have high probability of potential success by the Options Analytics engine in Step 3. Now, whenever the Signals engine triggers a trade alert, at the click of a button, the Algopti Trade engine will load up a trade ticket pre-configured for each designated option strategy. Then, all we have to do is simply review the trade and submit the order with our partner brokerage for 100% commission-free stock and options trading. Algopti will also help us manage the trade and alert us when it is potentially most advantageous to close out our investment and capture a relatively small loss if necessary or lock in profits. It's that simple. And yes, you heard right. We worked out a deal with a leading brokerage firm in the US to get our users 100% commission-free stock and options trading and 0 per contract options fees for US stock options. If you know anything about stock and options trading, you know this is a huge deal and can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars each month on trading commissions and options contract fees alone, depending on how much you trade. For a limited time, we are having an exclusive sale event restricted to a limited number of members and offering huge savings and partnership incentives. Check below to see how you can secure access and lock in the incredible incentives today before we close our doors.
Let's summarize some of the benefits that Algopti offers. Algopti makes it click easy to trade stocks and options with a favorable edge in your spare time with very little effort and without the steep learning curve and expensive market tuition. Algopti empowers you with superior statistical edge for trading any major financial instrument, including US stocks and options, commodities, worldwide indices, cryptocurrencies, and Forex. Algopti pretty much gives you the superpower of knowing beforehand with statistical foresight which direction Bitcoin or any currency is headed, or if the stock market is going to crash, or the likely potential outcome of your portfolio with statistically proven reliability. So the question is, what would having this superpower be worth to you? Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions? Or maybe what we should really ask is, what is it going to cost you to pass this up? To answer that question, we need to consider the value of what is at stake here. If you're still here, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that so far we've established that you and I have a lot in common, as far as our journey to successful trading is concerned anyway, right? We both know what it feels like to go from guru to guru and trading service to find the solution we're looking for, only to keep coming up empty-handed. You've heard my story, and I'm willing to bet it's not that far off from your own within a general context, of course. But maybe I've just been doing it a little bit longer than you have, and maybe I can help you at least get on the right path without having to suffer through everything that I went through. What if you could take complete advantage of me and my team? What if, for a small investment of almost nothing relative to the value and bonuses I'm going to offer you, could you not only secure access to this amazing system, but also indirectly have a team of expert algorithmic trading developers, engineers, and strategy researchers working for you behind the scenes to build a system that helps you navigate the capital markets with a proven edge? If you were to go out and hire such a team of experts yourself, let's do a quick Google search and see what that would cost here in the US. Whoa! According to ZipRecruiter, the average salary for just one of these guys is about $143,000 per year. Now, I've got a team of these developers working with me on Algopti, but even at their expensive rates, my team still requires ongoing grooming and training. I have the utmost love and respect for my team and could not have gotten Algopti to where it is today without them, but the fact still remains. I have to spend a lot of time grooming them because they lack my decade-plus years of trading experience and unique expertise. Okay, let's say you didn't hire a whole team and just got one of these engineers to try to build you a system. Well, you're still looking at an average cost of $143,000 per year, and you don't even know what you're gonna really end up with. I'm talking from serious experience. Okay, I know. You're probably thinking even if you could afford it, you would never spend $143,000 per year to hire someone to do this for you. So let's slash that by a factor of 10, and let's say you found some offshore freelance developer to work for you like 11 hours per week at a minimal rate of $25 per hour. You're still looking at spending $14,300 per year. But now you're not dealing with a field expert anymore, and you've dramatically reduced your chances of success and equivocally prolonged the amount of time it will take you to get to a remotely viable solution. That's assuming that you yourself are a trading and systems engineering expert as well. You know, I've gone through all of this. Not only have I spent a good chunk of my life going through all the agony of figuring out how to trade and invest profitably, but I've also gone through the excruciating pain of self-funding and building a full-fledged cloud-based analytical software solution. To put things in perspective, let's break down the bare-bones cost of trying it by yourself. First, you're looking at a minimum of $14,300 per year for a mediocre freelance developer, as we established earlier. Then we've got your historical market data costs at about $2,000 per year. Then you've got your cloud API and data hosting costs for a minimum of $2,400 per year. Okay, what about your time, your sweat equity? How would you value that? $50,000 per year minimum? Surely your time is worth a lot more, right? So in total, we're looking at a minimum bare bones expense of $68,700 per year. Whoa, are you starting to realize what I personally endured throughout my own journey of figuring it all out? Even though I just totally watered down all the figures we just discussed. Realistically, my actual expense has been well in the six figures annually. So either you can go try it all on your own, or you can just bypass all of that with a very limited opportunity I'll be offering you momentarily. Now that you have a decent idea of all the costs and expenses involved in getting a viable trading edge, what would you be willing to pay to access Algopti? We know the average going rate for services far less superior to Algopti sell for $5,000 per year or even $10,000 per year easily. What if we charged a fraction, $2,500 per year? Fair? You agree this is more than fair, right? Even if we base this answer on just the bare bones expenses we just talked about. $2,500 per year versus nearly $70,000 per year is a really good deal, right? Well, I want to do something even better. Since you are one of the lucky few that are here now as part of our pre-beta sale event, you have a chance to access Algopti before anyone else in the world. For adopting now as an early backer and putting your faith and confidence in Algopti as a partner who is 1,000% committed to providing you the highest value and unparalleled trading edge, we have two deeply discounted packages and incentives to offer. You can pick whichever one suits you, but our Pro upgrade for the two-dimensional package does offer greater savings and bonus incentives. For a limited time, we're having an exclusive pre-beta ultra sale. Because we're still in pre-beta, we're setting a hard limit to just 1,000 spots so that we don't get overwhelmed and make sure we provide the highest value of service to our initial users. First up is our standard package, which includes the enhanced first dimension analytics modules. In this package, you'll get the first two Algopti modules. Module 1 is the Algopti Signals Engine, which can be sold separately for $997 per year, but that's not what you'll pay. And Module 2, the Algopti Screener Engine, which also has a price tag of $997 per year if sold separately. This package includes the end-of-day data for all major US stocks, ETFs, and indices. If you're one of the lucky ones to catch this event, you're going to get the following bonuses for getting in as an early adopter. Bonus 1. We're going to give you a full year for free. That's a $1,994 per year value based on the individual rates of modules 1 and 2. Bonus 2, we're going to give you the end-of-day Forex Analytics package. This includes the top 28 major currency pairs, but you can also access over 900 exotic currency pairs in our database. This will give you an on-demand insight into just about any of the currencies worldwide. This module has a value of $497 per year if sold separately. Bonus number 3, you get end-of-day crypto analytics. This includes the top 50 highly rated cryptocurrencies, but you can also access the data for over 4,000 plus cryptos in our database. This bonus is also valued at $497 per year if sold separately. Bonus number 4, you'll get end-of-day commodities and futures analytics. This includes over 60 assets. So you will always have an idea of which direction any of the major commodity assets are statistically likely to move. This bonus is valued at $497 per year if sold separately as well. Finally, bonus number 5, we're going to include our EOD Global Indices Analytics package. This includes over 600 worldwide indices. This is also valued at $497 per year, sold separately. So that brings the total price with all these bonuses for the standard package to $7,964 for a 2-year subscription. And that would be a good deal, right? But that's not what you're going to be asked to pay. As part of our pre-beta super deal, you can get everything I just told you for just $1,195 for 2 full years of access. That's a 85% discount
and will save you $6,769 over subscribing to all of those modules and bonuses separately. That works out to just a little under $50 per month. That's less than a daily cup of coffee for advanced market forecasting capabilities. The standard package is a great option to give you an edge in statistically knowing where just about any market is going to move. However, if you're looking to take advantage of our proprietary two-dimensional trading methodology and trade stocks and options live through our platform, then the Pro upgrade is for you. With the Pro package, you get everything in the standard package, plus you get Module 3, which is the Algopti Options Analytics Engine. This module has a value of $2,997 per year if sold separately. And you get Module 4, which is the Algopti Trade Engine, which has a value of $997 per year if sold separately. These two powerhouse modules are estimated to be released as early as fourth quarter 2021. So if you take advantage of this upgrade today, we're going to offer you some more bonuses. The first bonus is that we're going to give you 18 months of commission-free stock and options trading, plus live streaming of US and options data via TradeYear Broker. So the cost of 18 months of commission-free stock and options trading with the live data through TradeYear is actually $540. You can go check their website, and that's what you'll see, that they'll charge all their members per month. It's a monthly cost that we pick up the tab for you, okay? So the total regular price of the Standard plus the Pro of all the modules and bonuses sold separately comes out to $16,492 over the course of 2 years. But if a spot is still available, you can get everything for just $23.75 for 2 full years, and this includes the 18 months of commission-free stock and options trading through TradeYear. That's an 86% discount over purchasing all the modules and add-ons separately. And this saves you $14,297 for the membership. Not to pressure you in any way, but just want to let you know that this special pricing for the upgrade is only available now. If you wish to upgrade at a later time, the price will likely be higher and the same bonus may not be offered. One other benefit you get if you upgrade is you'll notice that the Pro modules are not planned to be made available until a later time. So here's what we're going to do to give you some added incentive. We'll start the clock on your 2 years when we actually release the Pro modules. But until we release them, we will still give you access to the standard package modules now after you sign up, but we won't start the clock on your membership until we give you all the modules. Fair? I think really good deal, right? Okay, so if that weren't enough, we're going to give you another bonus, all right? We'll give you this rate for life. As long as you remain a member, we'll give you the discounted rate. We'll give you the 2 years for the price of one and all the other bonuses on your renewals, okay? And that's for whichever package you choose. Now, we need to be upfront. The second free year, plus these crazy bonuses that we're offering, are intended as a reward and compensation for your early pre-beta patronage and agreement to bear with us through common pre-beta challenges, if any, such as release delays and platform bugs. Now, these are just common things any software product vendor goes through, right? But at a minimum, you'll get full 24 months of access to the core features of whichever package you choose. Otherwise, we will extend your membership accordingly due to release delays, okay? Your satisfaction is our #1 priority. We aim to earn a lifetime partnership with you. Plus, you are backed by our ironclad performance guarantee. We'll talk a bit more about that shortly. But first, I want to also tell you about a partner program that we have should you choose to participate. If you're lucky enough to get in early, we're going to give you a boosted partner program revenue share. This means that if you refer other traders to subscribe to Algopti, we'll give you a 25% referral fee so you can generate an additional stream of revenue or just stack up more trading capital. That's a minimum of almost $300 that will pay you per referral. This revenue boost is reserved exclusively for pre-beta backers only. This referral rate will not be offered after we close this event. If you are ready to put an unfair edge on your side at an insanely affordable rate, then go ahead and click the button below to check out. After you submit your payment, you'll then be taken to a contract page for you to sign and keep for your records. We put everything that we offer to you in writing in a legal binding contract so that you can be comfortable and secure that you will get everything that we said you will. If you're still on the fence, some folks question the cost. That makes total sense. You need to make sure you're making a wise investment, right? What I've discovered is that it's not how much something costs, it's what you get for value in exchange for the money you use to get it. So, what is money good for anyway? Besides burning it to stay warm, there is little value in having paper money. Money is only good for what you can exchange it for. Your hope is whatever you get in the exchange is better than keeping your money or spending it on something else, right? Now, here's what I know about you. You want to, nay, you need to exchange money to improve your life. And given the value that you've just seen and my commitment to your absolute success, you can feel more than comfortable exchanging it to become a part of Algopti. So let's recap the total value proposition. First, you've got your part-time mediocre freelance developer working for about 11 hours per week, if you're lucky, at $25 per hour. That's a cost of $14,300 per year. Then you've got your historical market data, which costs about $2,000 per year. Then you got your cloud API and data hosting costs estimated around $2,400 per year at a minimum. And then we've got your time and sweat equity, which is valued at $50,000 per year, but surely it's way more. You and I both know this, right? Okay, so that's a $68,700 per year minimum expense value, right? Now let's add all the discounts we just offered you. With the standard package, you save $6,769 over 2 years. So that brings the minimum value of the standard package to $144,169 over 2 years. For the Pro upgrade, you're looking at a minimum value of $151,692 over the 2 years. When you put things in perspective like that, it really is a no-brainer. Before we sign off, I want to give you a reason as to why you should not sign up, okay? You shouldn't sign up if you're trying to quit your day job to start trading for a living and believe that trading and investing in the capital markets is a way to get rich quick and Algopti is your ticket. Please do not sign up. Although you can earn substantial profits with good trades, trading and investing involves taking substantial risk as well. Although our system is designed to give you revolutionary and unparalleled edge to lean the probability of success in your favor, as we have demonstrated throughout this training, ethically, we cannot and do not guarantee that you will make any money trading by depending on our system. Even if our system is great and wildly profitable, we don't know what you will do with that information that it provides or how you will implement it. Our system will give you raw, predictive, intel, and statistical edge as advertised. We can promise you that. Beyond this, no one in the world can make you a guarantee that you will see any profit. If you can't accept this, please do not sign up. We don't want to set unrealistic expectations. Finally, due to the nature of this offer, all sales are final. However, you are fully protected by our 100% performance guarantee. Just to reiterate, no one can ethically guarantee that you will see any profit. We don't know how you will utilize any information provided by Algopti. So the only fair way to assess performance is to directly track Algopti. Per our performance guarantee, if Algopti does not show a positive gain for at least 5 market ticker symbols for each of the asset classes included in your subscription during the first 12 months of your membership, then we will extend your subscription by an additional 12 months free of charge. The pressure is on Algopti to perform well across all asset classes. Fair? That is a pretty bold guarantee. The deeply discounted pricing and bonus incentives will go away once this promotion expires or we fill the available slots, whichever comes first. Look forward to seeing you on the other side.